Hey guys, before this video starts, I just wanted to tell you to check out my Overtone team. You can see how to do it in the video that is playing behind. I'm going to be using Overtone to make announcements and things like that. It's a very cool sort of Discord, but with better quality and simpler to use. So I've been using it a lot. I really enjoy it. Please check it out, say hi, and join up. Enjoy the video. Jason stepped onto a sandy beach shore. He had just finished a long 3-day voyage across the Trique Channel. He made his way through a village and noticed purple citizens looking at him in wonder. It had been years since a gray had come to this part of the world, the lands of the purple hordes. Jason eventually found the leader, the Great Pearl Wexman, a legendary figure in the books, having held fast in a massive invasion on his shores. Supposedly, he single-handedly killed 50 orange soldiers using only a pistol and a broken bottle. Of course, the purples are notorious for embellishing on their triumphs. General Wexman, I come to you humbly asking for your help. The Grey Army currently faces our greatest challenge yet. We are fighting two strong enemies, the Tans and the Blues. We additionally have a shaky ceasefire going with the Reds and the Greens, which is at great risk of falling apart any minute. We ask that you join our cause and fight alongside us with your great horde. Jason, the last time I saw you, you were a small child. How is your dear mother, Wendy, doing? Mom died a couple months back. A bad case of whooping cough. Ah, I'm sorry to hear that, son. She was truly a great lady. The Grey Nation would likely have fractured without her holding them together. Yes, sir. She was truly a miracle worker. Well, son, we certainly are intrigued by your offer, but we're gonna need a little something from you if we are to send our horde to fight in the Plastic Kingdom. In respect of your family, I will make this request simple. The Greys and the Purples must have a lasting alliance between our two clans that cannot be broken. If a nation declares war on either of us, the other must be prepared to immediately aid. No questions asked. If we can agree to these terms, the Purple Horde will be at your disposal. Well, the Greys try not to make lasting foreign alliances. But these are very dire times, and since our two nations have a history, I think you are the only ones we would do this for. Very well, we agree to these terms. Excellent. Jason, very well. I shall call upon the Horde, and we will be ready to make the voyage very soon. Great. Once we make it to the shore of the Grey Lines, we will attack the Tan border position. The Tans saw their troops coming from miles away, as the Purple's humongous numbers made even the Green populations look small. The Tans gathered their forces and prepared for a forward tank assault, while the Blues took up defensive positions to support from behind. Of course, a brilliant strategy of the Blues' own design. The oncoming Purple Horde was known specifically for their numbers. However, their troops wore barely any armor, making them extremely weak comparable to your average soldier from other nations. Hey guys, what's going on? Daily Tactics here, and today we are back with some more of the Men of War Assault Squad 2 Army Men Civil War series, and today we have a brand new faction, and that will be the Purples here. Now, the Purples are known for having just this horde mentality. They have hundreds and hundreds of troops, millions of troops at their disposal in terms of the entire nation. In terms of this battle, hundreds of troops available to them. Just so many troops, it's ridiculous. But the catch is that all of the troops are on half health because they have really bad armor and they're just not trained that well. So the hordes of the purples, they're large, but they're not exactly effective when it comes to fighting other troops. They've got half the health of a normal, like tan, blue, or gray trooper. Or 1/6 of the health of a red soldier, but they're not fighting the reds in this battle. So either way, the purples are supplying the majority of the manpower here, but the grays are contributing just a ton of artillery units. There's just so many of them. These things are devastating, and they've got a bunch of them. Not to mention, the purples are bringing a bunch of panzers with them here. Their nation utilizes panzers. They think it's the superior tank, so they use that design. And the Greys have moved on from using Shermans, which they used to purchase from the Plastic Kingdom. And because they're at war with pretty much everyone in the Plastic Kingdom, except there's a shaky ceasefire with the Greens and Reds right now, they had to find a different supplier, and they decided to make their own T-34-76 Soviet-style tanks. Now these tanks are easy for them to produce, or cheap for them to produce too, since they're not skilled in tank creation. So that's why they decided to go with this model now. So they'll be using Soviet tanks from now on. And they've contributed a small amount of troopers, nowhere near the amount of purple troopers. So that's the attacking force, and the defending force is the blues and the tans. Now the blues have set up defenses all around. They've even got a Bofors cannon right here, a new addition to the mod. Very, very cool. So they've taken up defensive positioning, while the tans are going to be attacking with their tanks and with their soldiers. So the two are sort of playing to their strengths, because the tans are very good at attacking due to their sheer number of tanks, and the blues, with their superior strategy, came up with this. Because they are this sort of more intelligent nation. And their defense goes all the way back here, where the blues have two final pack guns in case things get real bad for them and they need to stop some tanks at the very end of this battle. So yeah, it's going to be pretty laggy, but I think it's going to be worth it just because it's going to be an epic, huge battle, which we haven't had too many in a while. So yeah, either way, let's get right on with it. I know that was a long intro. Let's go ahead and press start. Alright. So the purples start walking forward, and almost immediately there's just fire everywhere. Things are blowing up every which way. A few purple tanks are going down. Purple infantry is trying to proceed forward, it seems like, but just meeting a wall of bullets as they do. Purple and gray tanks are moving forward a smidge. Gray artillery has gotten a few shots off, but for the most part they're getting destroyed pretty quickly. Tanks are going down pretty heavily. It is not looking amazing for the grays and the purples at this time. But hey, maybe they can turn this around a little bit for themselves. We've seen harder situations come back from in this series, and as we can see, a lot of destruction around here. But if we do look at the enemies, a lot of the tan tanks have gone down so far. Oh my god, huge engagement gonna go down right here. Let's see what happens. Oh my god, and the tan Sherman gets knocked out from almost nowhere. I don't even know where that came from, as this Panzer ends up being able to stay alive because of it. That's pretty cool. And the Soviet tanks and Panzers here are moving to the left, obviously looking for more opportunities. A lot of the tan soldiers and tan tanks are down now. A few tan soldiers managed to get lucky and get behind cover, or just like sort of under this hill, but the majority of them do appear to be down for the count. A couple stand tall over here, where a mass of purple soldiers are attacking this little factory area. Crazy, man. Crazy start to the battle, and we're losing that lag, which is very nice. It does look like this blue soldier is holding out pretty well, taking out a few purple soldiers. Blues, of course, are much superior to the purple soldiers, so he did manage to get a couple kills there, which is good for him. Go down with a fight. There is a trench full of soldiers over here. And a couple of them are going down, but they are trying to hold out a little bit against the oncoming purples. Oh my god, it's a graveyard of tanks. It's a graveyard of men. It's brutal out here. Most of the tan soldiers are trying to hug underneath this hill behind this wall here. Ooh, but they're starting to get sort of flushed out by these purple tanks, which are just charging forward now. They're having none of it. They're out for blood. Machine gun rattling away. Even the tan soldiers are gutsy enough to lean up on the side of it. I guess that's a pretty safe place because the tank crewmen can't really kill them at that point. We see a couple more 76s moving forward, but the majority of the purple and gray tanks are dead. How are the gray artillery pieces doing? Most of them appear to be dead as well. This one's still firing. That one's dead. This one might be operational. That one's dead. Alright, so best case scenario, we're looking at 2 artillery pieces from these guys left alive. Is this tank tracked or something? Its main turret appears to be damaged, but it is firing around, so I don't know why it's hanging out in the very, very back there. It could push forward. Lots of gray and purple boys hanging out around here. Oh, this will make for some cool screenshots, I think. Not bad at all. Oh yeah, very cool. They're moving forward, but lots of them are getting cut down. It's basically 1, maybe even 2 bullets that they can take before they get killed, which is really not a lot, considering it's 3 to 4, maybe even 5 for a normal infantryman. Oh my god, and this tank moves forward, crushing most of those purples. It does seem to be getting hit by a few artillery pieces, maybe, or bazooka troopers, something like that is hitting that tank, but it just has failed to go down. Blue defenses are still holding out a little bit here. Oh, here's a blue artillery piece here, firing away. These guys are strapped with MG42s. Wow, quite the artillery crew. Let's see, has it gotten any kills on these tanks? I don't think so. I think it might just be a little too far away for that thing to be effective at that range. Purple soldiers, there's very few of them left compared to what they started with, and I mean, look why. And gray soldiers are almost non-existent. They're pretty rare right now. There's not many of them at all, but they are advancing forward, and they do seem to have the advantage in this battle right now. Blues are defending to the best of their ability, but for the most part, they're getting chopped down pretty bad. But they've still got defenses left of alive, and they still have a shot here. They've still got their entire second defensive line, so I've still got hope for these boys. Also, these tanks are getting closer and closer, so bazookas should be in effective range, and we see that in action here as this gray tank goes down pretty heartily. A couple of blue soldiers with grease guns here firing away. A couple more back there. Purple tank gets chopped down closer to the second line of defense for the blues. This is going quite well. I didn't expect this battle to really turn into anything special, but I'm pretty excited with how this is going. Both sides, I think, have the potential to win this. Seeing the number of blue soldiers left alive and the number of purple and gray soldiers. I think tans are all dead at this point. The blues ally seem to have failed in their initial attack, and it's too bad. It's too bad to see that, but it's okay. The tans will bounce back. They always do. Either way, purple tank advancing forward a little bit farther here. Looking for some blue blood here. And do the blues have any bazooka troopers to retaliate against that bad boy with? It doesn't appear to be so. What about that pack gun that's way back here? Yep, the pack gun is firing away. It just looks like it has just a terrible angle on this tank. Oh, although it did track it, so that's at least a bonus, but it does mean that that purple tank will not be pushing forward anymore, which could be a bad thing because that pack gun's way more effective at closer range than at a farther range. Blue soldiers still holding out pretty well here, though. Still getting a few kills on the purples. Yeah, we see dead purple bodies as they progress forward. More dead purple tanks and grays, of course. I think the grays were kind of knocked out of this battle. Their artillery is still providing some cover fire, but, you know, not nearly as effective as before. Yeah. I mean, they've only got 2 of those left, so. This T-3476 is fully operational. I don't know why it's... Oh, it's not moving forward because it got tracked. Alright, and you guys know the rule. If a tank gets tracked, we repair it. That is just the rule of the game here. This one is not letting me repair it. I'm not totally sure why. Is it just stuck? It got itself stuck in this building, maybe? Or detracked or something? It just will not move forward. I think it got itself stuck. Oh, there we go. We dislodged it. Alright, so that one can move forward now. That one's moving forward. Alright, so I did my job, and we'll fix that one too. Alright, There we go. I did my duty. That is the promise I made you guys, that if a vehicle gets tracked, we fix it. Also, the other promise is, if any defending soldier is way too far forward and can retreat back, we'd retreat them. Although it doesn't seem to be the case right now. Everyone seems to be doing okay. We've also got a grease gunner on top of this water tower. Interesting positioning for a grease gunner. I don't know if I did that or he chose to do that. Who knows? It was probably me, but I didn't realize he was a grease gunner, I think. Alright, purple and gray troopers still moving forward here, taking some hits from the blues, who are just ever so resilient. Gotta hand it to the blues. They're doing a heck of a job here defending. Oh my god, this fell down, blocking this pack gun's fire capabilities. That's really smart if the grays and purples did that on purpose. I don't know if it was on purpose, though. The blues having their home invaded, and now they are fighting in a foreign space. You gotta hand it to them. They're doing a heck of a job defending, even with those terms, you know? Looks like this T-34-76 is out looking for blood, and it gets hit, just absolutely nailed by the pack gun, and goes down. Purple soldiers falling to their death behind it, as well as they get hit by many, many bullets here. And it seems like the attack is slowing down. We're seeing very, very few purple and gray soldiers left alive. This tank just refuses to move forward. Alright. I think I... wait. Can you just move forward? You don't... Just don't go through the house. Sheesh. Alright, and that one's getting repaired. Okay. So they still have a few more tanks left. Derpy tanks at that, but they have tanks. And they'll be able to defy these blue anti-tank guns a little bit with them, because the most effective thing against an anti-tank gun is kind of surprisingly a tank. Infantry will just get HE shot to death by these things if they try and go over an open space attacking them. I guess artillery is a better weapon against it, but in all honesty, I think tanks, if you have them in number, they're a little better. Is this thing stuck now too? I don't know if I can dislodge this one. Wait, yeah, this one's like really stuck. Oh, come on, it doesn't want to move. Yeah, this one's stuck beyond. Oh wait, maybe it can. There you go, buddy. Stop getting yourself stuck. Either way, it's probably going to get shot by this pack gun, but the pack gun's reloading, and it might make it across to safety behind that building before the pack gun reloads. Oh my god! It did. Holy cow. Okay, that pack crew is probably hating themselves right now. I think that bad boy get away, but this thing's going to go toe-to-toe with this pack gun, which might also be reloading, because it did not fire at it. Oof! I don't know what that came from. Did it come from this bad boy? No, I don't think so. Maybe there's a bazooka trooper or something like that that managed to shoot it. Either way, it's kind of a mystery to me. Alright, this line is still pretty strong for the blues, so I'm not going to retreat them. This line is very, very strong, and the back line is strong, so I don't think any retreats are necessary. We got a few more tanks coming forward for the grays. Why is this one just sitting here now? What's with these gray tanks? They're so bad. They just don't move. They get themselves stuck. It's the cheap T-34-76s. They're just cheap. Oh, and this tank still needs some repairs, so we're gonna hop the crew out so it can repair it real quick. There we go. I don't know why they didn't repair it the first time, but hey, that's okay. And the T-34-76s are doing stupid things again. Clearly, this is not the tan. Oh my god, they killed that guy with a rock. Clearly, this is not the tan tank crew taking care of this, because if it was the tans, this tank would be getting hella kills right now. The tans are just so good at training their tank crew and building tanks themselves. Well, the grays obviously need to learn something from them. Oof, that was brutal. Wow. This blue soldier's just eyeing that tank. He's taking a little bit of cover there. And this tank... I don't know if that was the tank that just shot that man. It might have been someone else. Either way, these 76s are coming very, very far forward. Trying to figure out a way around the pack guns, I think. I think that's their strategy here, is to try not to fight the pack guns. Oh, this one's coming into the kill zone, though. But if the pack gun can't rotate it fast enough, it might leave the kill zone. I don't know how big of a range it has, and it's taking some shots here too. Oh, these pack crewmen. Come on, work a little faster, boys. Work a little bit faster. Alright, they're in range. They can fire at that engine, but they're going for the hull. And... nice. Big shot right there. Very well done. Alright. And this other one over here is still doing some work. Oof, one of the water tower troopers just fell. That's tough. Alright. Well, the attack seems to be very much so dwindling. There's only one tank left and a few troopers. So why don't we just send these guys forward here? Just send them on forward. Why not? And, oh my god, this tank is stuck again, perhaps? No, it's just derping around weirdly. Okay, so the last attack here from the purples and grays, a very Hail Mary attack, and the troops are getting gunned down just horribly. Oof, one purple soldier remains, and the tank got hit in the side pretty hard there. It's actually still alive. So, okay. Not anymore. Alright. Well, an absolutely brutal battle here. Tons of people going down for both sides. Honestly, this was tough for both sides, and that seems to be the way this kind of goes. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. Be sure to click that subscribe button for more content, and hit the notification bell if you'd like to be alerted to whenever I live stream or upload. Thanks so much.